Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode. Today we're going to be looking at SWF in TEW9. We're going to analyse the roster, we'll have a quick look at the product, how I like to do my storylines, and we'll have a look at a few other things, some hints and tips along the way. So if you like that, please like and subscribe, and let's get into it. This is the SWF product. As you can see, it's a sports entertainment company. I like to think of it as a WWE PG era, so from like 2005 to 2022. The dates may vary there though. They use the 3 ring circus match focus, which is an average of the main event and 2 of the other best matches on the card. The angle focus is regular focus, so that is 70% of the best rated angle, and 20% of the second best, and 10% of the third best. To get the best scores possible in matches, to get world-class scores, it does say they need to be 15 minutes or more. So my tip to you, if you were for your TV show and your pay-per-views, at least have 3 matches over 15 minutes, with people in storylines linked in there, even if they're just on commentary or appearing at ringside or running in. This will give you the best possible scores. If you don't go with your own network, which is I'll get into later, the show network CANN will want 81 match rating or higher. So yeah, that's why I would recommend getting your best 3 matches with the guys in the storyline in there. They do like lots of hot storylines. I think you need 5 off the top of my head. One match needs to be set at storytelling. Your TV show needs 65% matches, 35% angles. Pay-per-views or premium live events need 80% matches, 20% angles. So with that, that is the product. This is how I like to do SWF storylines. It might look a bit alien to you. I alter the title one, which is Rocky Golden versus Des Davids. So that is my main title feud. I've kept them all the same. I've just altered them and added other people in. So these are my top 4 contenders for the title. Remo is going to feud with Golden afterwards, hence why he's in there. He's currently feuding with Gilmore. He was one of my next top baby faces who wasn't already in a feud, so they will have a little feud while we get Remo ready for Golden. And then you can have Des Davids and Gilmore feud. They can be also in tag matches, so you can start the ball rolling on the next feud as you go along. So it's good to have them staggered in stages. So it's kind of like a ranking system. The next, this would be the Valiant versus Scythe storyline. I've just altered it to call it SWF Championship 1. I have added Rogue and Primus Allen in this one because those 2 are feuding. I added that one. It's not an actual start of the game feud. Again, they can have tag matches. Any one of these can face each other in singles matches, and you wouldn't have to have someone run in all the time because they are kind of, I see it as they're the next in line in the rankings. So yeah, again, have those in matches on the show. They're going to get decent ratings. SWF Championship 2, these are the next 4. Joey Morgan and Brandon James are feuding, and Mickey Lau and Randy Unleashed. So again, I altered that one, called it SWF Championship 2, because these guys are one of the storylines starting off. Then you do same with your North American. This was Spencer Spade and Hollywood Brett Starr. I've kept Justin Sensitive in there because I didn't have you're very heel heavy in SWF. Especially down the lower cards, so he didn't have a sort of room for a storyline because there's no one for him to feud with unless you want to do heel versus heel, which sucks. Then I've got ZWB and James Prudence. He was like the next top heel who wasn't in a tag team, so ZWB will run through him and get ready for Spencer Spade down the line. Then what I do, once I've sort of finished a feud, say Hollywood Brett Starr, he's probably not going to beat Spencer Spade, but he will probably move up into this category, and we'll move Brandon James down for an example, or maybe a heel would drop down. Oh yeah, a face would drop down. So like you could drop Joey Morgan down or Mickey Lau into the North American feud. So you wanted to get Spade's popularity over even more because he's one of your top guys or one of your potential future guys. And then the next 4 guys, John Greed, Jungle Lord, Lenny Brown and Stephen Parker. Stephen Parker is going to feud with Jungle Lord and take popularity off him because he's 45 years old, moving him down the card. And Lenny Brown is going to beat John Greed, again getting popularity off him. Parker, I want him up the roster quickly, so he'll probably get wins over Lenny Brown as well, which will still score higher because they're in the same storyline bracket. Kip Keenan is going to feud with Sammy Smoke and Oliver Cobb with Ratzloff. I'll get the 2 newer guys over in popularity. I do like Sammy Smoke though, so I'll have plans for him down the line. And then this is the sort of bottom of the barrel for the SWF North American, because I'm having to turn Makutsi face and Chill face because they're the only ones who aren't like pure heel. They can actually, they don't have a preference, they can be a babyface. So that is my limit. I'm going to have to bring in more babyfaces if I want to add an SWF North American title 4. And same with tag teams, I've got 4 tag teams in here. You could have more people in there and have a triple threat, I suppose, or a fatal 4-way feud. But I haven't on this occasion. And then your second level of tag teams. Again, I could have done like triple threats, so I have 3 teams in there. But I've gone with 4, and I'll do another video down the line and show you how it went. It went very well in TEW 2020. I actually had my best saves using this, so let me know if you guys want to use it or if you have in the past from my videos. I just find it works loads better. Finally, we're at the roster, so we're analysing the roster now. It's up to you how you use it. You can look at the skills and popularity as you go down. And if you've got a good memory, then all to you, but I like to plan ahead, and to do that I'm a spreadsheet guy. So as you can see, I have popularity and age, and then I can sort them via that. There's a thing called time decline in the game where if they get to a certain age, I believe it was over 40 in TEW 20. I assume it'll be the same because there's nothing being mentioned in the handbook to say it's changed. So yeah, once they hit 40, there's a chance they'll hit time decline. It works a bit differently in this game though. In the previous one, once they were in time decline, which you could find out via the dirt sheet, I haven't actually double checked to see if it's still in there to tell you if they were in time decline. There was also in your creative screen, it used to tell you if someone was in time decline. But now, it does say it'll be harder to tell because it starts to affect their cap on each stat. So each worker has a cap of how high they can go. So say here, Rogue Psychology is 74. It's probably a bad stat to pick actually. We'll go with Charisma. Say his cap is 80 for Charisma. Once he hits time decline, that'll start to drop. So his cap will drop to 79, then 78, so he can never get higher than that. And then once it hits 74, then it will start to drop. Whereas before, it used to just, whatever they were at, that would start to fall then. So yeah, checking out the age of you guys as well. As you can see, these are the most popular, and there's only one of them who's 30 years old. Everyone else is getting close to the end of their career. So the guys like Gilmore, Brandon James, Rogue, potentially Valiant, I'm going to start to look at moving them down the card. Probably slowly, maybe James a bit quicker than others. Drop them down to like the North American title scene because they're experienced, and that should help some of the other guys down there. And then people like Primus Allen, Brett Starr, Spencer Spade, I'll be moving up. Atom Smasher, even though he's 38, ZWB, these people will take the place. As I look to RIPW, to see who are my future workers and start incorporating them in there. So charisma and star quality are good to have. If they're over 66, they will get a slight boost in matches and angles. So having someone like Spencer Spade, 86 rated charisma, 92 star quality, he's well over 66, so he could get like 2 or 3 points each on a match or in an angle based off those alone. It does actually say that in the handbook. You should read the handbook. Same with Brett Starr, Gilmore Will for charisma and a slight one for star quality, and look at Golden there, he's going to ace it. So if you book in like to try and get the best ratings possible without like storylines and stuff like that, if you're just playing it as like a number driven game, these are the guys that you want to push, star quality and charisma, because they're going to get you the biggest points. Psychology is really good for how good they are in the ring, going along with their in-ring talent as well, so like your brawling or your aerial and your technical matches and stuff like that. But if they're over 80, you can probably get a better rating telling them to call in the ring, even if they're with someone less experienced, because they have got know how to tell a story and drag the other person through it. So if they're 80 or plus, or if you've got people near that, the more matches they have, the soon that'll go up there, unless they hit their cap, obviously. So it's always good to track each month to see how people are improving and whatnot. Menace is only basically used for angles. A menace on its own in an angle will bomb, or 2 menacing guys doing pretty much nothing will get you a decline. So it is always good to have it like someone there in a if there's a fight going on and they're rated on menace or intimidation as it's in the game, or if there's someone cutting a promo and they're just stood there looking menacing, then yeah, you'll it's probably better to rate them on intimidation then. So people down the bottom of the card who probably should be higher up, I'm going to be pushing Mainstream and Handez again, because if he's in-ring, his psychology's 82, his entertainment skills are great. He is 35, so he's got a good 5, 6, 7, 8 years ahead of him. Stephen Parker, I've always had a bit of a soft spot for him. 78 psychology, decent mic skills, but 82 star quality. People moving down the card to get some of your low card up, probably Jungle Lord, James Prudence to an extent, John Greed to an extent. They're guys who are coming towards the end of their career. So Kip Keenan is a one you could move up. Gary the Entertainer, if that's your sort of thing, could move up into the mid card. Hellion, he needs to improve in the ring, obviously. So maybe have him squashing local talent on you if you get a B show. Robbie Wright's good because of his entertainment skills. Him and Gary the Entertainer could potentially have a decent angle-based feud, more so than in-ring, if you were able to get their popularity up. So yeah, SWF is very heel-driven as you look down the bottom of the card. So yeah, Chill and Makutsi are kind of the only two I could turn. Hellion, I'll probably stick in a team, maybe with Avalanche. Or he could be Scythe's stablemate. And you could bring up Vengeance's son eventually, and they could have like a group. Justice Jolson is sort of the intimidator for Stephen Parker's group. So if you have him in angles, as Parker and Mainstream get over more, he should get more popularity. Sammy Smoke's quite decent across the board, like a decent average, so he could probably move up the card a bit. Lenny Brown's quite decent as well, he could move up a little bit. SWF's tag team scene is really strong, as you can see from Atom Smasher down to Mainstream's down here and Dominic D'Souza, but these are all tag team wrestlers. So yeah, moving some of these North American title guys could get little wins via distraction or interference from who they're feuding with. Gets these guys up in popularity up in your North American title feud, which it won't hinder these very much. Like I say, it's a good strong division. Yeah, so that's the wrestlers, but there's more than that. When you come into, you've got managers. Most of the SWF managers, valets, are better at sex appeal, but Kristen Pierce and Chrissy Angel are actually pretty decent at charisma, and so their entertainment skills. Hannah and Dulce are probably better just around sort of Valiant and Spencer Spade, just to be rated on sex appeal until their entertainment skills improve. As they get more popular and their entertainment skills get up, you could probably have them take on lower people down the card and use their entertainment skills to boost them. Right, the next bit, which can get you better match ratings and angle ratings, is obviously you've got to change your staff to get your best ones in. So SWF have got Darren Smith and Rick Young, who are 86 rated on refereeing. They are the go-to guys for your main events. So your top 3 matches, top 3 angles, definitely need to have these in. Shane Stones is 81 rated. He's actually pretty good. So your sort of mid-card, some of your upper mid-card guys, matches, he could be doing that. And then Alvin could do your pre-show and your sort of lower card guys. And then we've got road agents, exactly the same. You want your best road agent, which is Enforcer Roberts by far. 95 psychology, experience and respect. It's those 3 stats you look at for road agent. So he's pretty much near perfect. So he is, again, your top 3 matches, your top 3 angles, he should be in there. Next it's Squeaky McLean, but he's nowhere near as good as Enforcer Roberts. He's 84, 188. So maybe your upper card, mid card. Runaway Train is not far behind, 77, 188. Again, he could do your mid card to lower mid card, and then Joe Sexy can do your pre-show and your lower carders. They do improve in these areas though, so the more matches they're in, the better. So there you go. That's the roster part, the analysis. I'll go on to some tips in a minute. But yeah, definitely plan ahead. Use a spreadsheet or tools, whatever that you've got in place, and plan ahead. Like I say, I've got my storylines here, and then I can plan up to 6 months ahead just off these 2, and then Remo. I've got Remo in blue there, but he's actually a heel. My heels are red, so I've got them the wrong way around. I'll swap them later. But yeah, Golden can then feud with Remo, Valiant and Scythe, and then they can swap, and Scythe and Alan can feud, and then eventually you can move 1 or 2 down and up as they go up the rankings. So that's how I like to do it. I'll probably plan down here who's gonna move up and down next, so I'll just copy that down and then move the guys, so I know where I'm heading. As a build up to Supreme Challenge, you should always build up to your main pay-per-view. So we'll have a look at that next. So you go to Events and TV. January, you've got your 50th birthday spectacular. I can't remember how you find it, but is it if you modify the event? No, there's a little write-up that tells you about it, and pretty much says that they're going to bring back talent from the past. So you could bring back Jack Bruce and Skull the Bones. You could bring back Emma Chase for this, give them a one-time deal if you wanted to, just to show up on the show and have them interact with the stars of today. Nothing to Lose is a highly regarded event, so maybe you could blow off a few feuds on this one. Yeah, your next one is Times of Trouble, again highly regarded. This is the one before the big one, so I usually do a Supreme Rumble, which I create. I did it in the last one, it works really well. I love a Royal Rumble, so I'd create that there. Sets up the main event for Supreme Challenge. which is legendary level. This is your WrestleMania. Welcome to the Jungle's the other highly regarded one. I usually do like a King of the Ring style tournament here, who sets up the next challenger. But again, just some ideas there. I used to like to do a G1 tournament at Nothing to Lose as well. Like a round robin, just to use all the tools that are in TEW9. Right then, let's look at something you can do. So you've got a lot of lower carders that aren't always going to appear on Supreme TV, so you can always get a B show. So Uprising, I've already done this in the game, but I can show you how to. So you just modify it, change it to a B show from an A show, because it is off air at the start. Change it to 1 hour, and then you can negotiate with CNN if you want. But what I like to do, which I've already done, is to go to investments and launch my own broadcaster, which I have done. It's called the SWF Network. Yeah, very creative with the name there. Here it is. So it's very big, because CNN is big, so I went for the next one up. CNN is also in Canada, which is medium, and it's in Mexico, which is medium. So I've gone big and big. Trying to catch USPW. You don't make money as quickly as you did in 2020, but you still can make quite a lot of money. So you can build this up as you go and spread into the UK and Europe and Japan and whatnot. And this save, I'm going to go gung-ho and just try and catch USPW as quickly as possible. As you can see, I've got both my TV shows on the network. I'm not going to bother putting the B show on CNN, but like I said, you could do. But what I've also done, which you should do, because it makes it easier down the line, is get your RIPW TV show and events on your network, or you can your broadcasters. If you didn't want to do your own network, see, I've got the events and the TV show on my network. You could negotiate with WrestleWorld, which is if you go view all broadcasters. If you just wanted to slowly grow out or just save money, you could get their TV show and their events on WrestleWorld. It's only very small, but then as the popularity grows and whatnot, you can move them up to maybe another broadcaster. But yeah, I'm going for gold. Right then, so that's it for this episode. Please like and subscribe, and I'll get to you with more content down the line. As I say, I'm going to do a more in-depth view of storylines coming up. So thanks very much, guys. Catch you later.